get going.
All right, off you go.
Sweet. All right. So from here, let's move back so you can see my feet because that's more useful. So from here, we've formed a median guard. This is kind of what it looks like from the front. And we're just going to start with a motion called the Mornay, which I think translates to little windmill. And I also think I'm mispronouncing, but near as I can tell from different manuals and different sources, there's a lot of what look like phonetic spellings of fencing terms, which suggest to me that people mispronounce French fencing terms all the time in period. So even if I'm wrong in a way that is very historical. Right. So from here, all we need to do is extend your arm out straight. Keep your arm low. You probably don't want to let your hand retire on your shoulder. Doubly so you don't hit the roof of your house. And also, when you're throwing cuts, you don't go to full reach necessarily. You keep your hand a bit low so you can cover yourself with the sword. But for now, just extend your arm out and tip your sword. So it's now 45 degrees with the tip facing, or the tip pointing basically away from your sword side shoulder. So that way. You just drop it down. Let's cut that one. Turn your hand over. Rotate it up so it's 45 degrees the other way. This way pointing, away from your body, I guess. You just drop it down. That's cut number 2. From here, you turn it all the way over. I don't know if some people do have a bit of trouble getting their hand in this position. If you need to, you can bend your elbows because that'll catch some slack, or you can pop your shoulder. You can bring your shoulder up because that'll also catch some slack. But ideally, you want to do this drill keeping your shoulder nice and tucked down at the socket and your arm nice and straight. Yeah, even if that's even if that takes you a while to get. And then for that cut number 3, just bring your sword up. And it's cut number 3. You just turn your hand over and bring it down. So you're now going 45 degrees up the other way. And that's cut number 4. From here, bring your hand over flat. Your sword is now pointing out, away from your sword side shoulder, and comes straight across for cut number 5. And it turns over, and comes straight back for cut number 6. And turn your hand over, bring your sword all the way up to vertical. If you're like me and training at a slightly low ceiling, you might want to be careful with the ceiling. Doubly so if you're renting. And then move your sword straight down, that's cut number 7. And just come back to guard. Alright, so let's just try to do a little bit smoother. So you're welcome to follow along at home. And yeah, so there we go. So extend out for cut number 1, cut 1. Extend up and come to cut number 2, cut 2. Turn over and bring back up cut number 3. Number 3, kind of jump the gun that. Come all the way over, cut number 4, go up to cut number 4. Bring your hand flat for cut number 5, cross for 5. Turn your hand all the way over so palms facing down, and come back to cut number 6. And then bring your tip all the way up to vertical, and drop it straight down. It's cut number 7, and back to guard. Alright, so again, make it a bit more smooth. So stand down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to guard. The smacking your roof is completely optional and probably very ill advised. Alright. So let's go again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to guard. And once more block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to guard. So this is a pretty good basic warm-up, and you see posters depicting this quite frequently. In fact, after tonight I'll try and post a high resolution PDF of one of the posters that's got this cutting pattern on it to the event. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be in the YouTube description down below, assuming I find it. Hopefully. All right, so let's just let's do that again. We're going to make it more complicated. So this time we're going to return to guard between each cut. So I'm going to extend out, cut 1, back to guard. Extend out, cut 2, back to guard. Extend out, cut 3, back to guard. Extend out, cut 4, back to guard. Extend out, cut 5, back to guard. Extend out, cut 6, back to guard. Extend out, cut 7, back to guard. So this is just nice relaxed cuts done without footwork. We'll be doing lunges in just a moment, but for now let's just do the cuts. So let's see if we make that just a little bit more smooth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are very, very choppy cuts. You know, if you remember before when I was bouncing the sword in my hand, part of that motion of just going bang and just delivering a quick chop is sort of a very, very normal way of cutting in certainly British sword fighting in this period. Richard Burton, who complains bitterly about British sword fighting from this period, talks about how the British employed chopping cuts, whereas he thinks the continental whipping cuts are superior. And he also talks about, I forget what he calls them, but he basically says you grip and you cut with the shoulder and the back, which he says is very, very popular amongst the peoples of India and the Middle East. Although he uses a slightly less savoury term for them. Right, so let's go just do it again, and we're very choppy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So I'm going to assume you vaguely got the hang of that. So what I'm going to do to mix it up a little bit is I'm going to call the numbers at random, but I'm also going to mark the cuts. And I'll try and do it slow enough. If you need me to slow down a bit, just type S in the chat and Zoe will yell at me to slow down. And yeah, let's go through. So 2, 4, 6, 4, 7, 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, 7, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. See what I did there? Where it was nice sweeping Mornay. That's where that Mornay notion comes into pencil. So let's just do a few more just to finish out. So 1, 2, 7, 8, and 7. Right, cool. And for reference, 8 is a cut that appears in one British manual in the period that recognises it specifically as an import from Italy, where the Italians do cut number 8. The author of that manual, Alfred Hutton, does say that he says it's a cut that appears, he only talks about it in one of his several manuals, and he says it's not a great cut because it's not great for school play, as the only target is the fork. Alright, cool. So those are the cuts, and a bit of a random drill to help you out with them. If you're practicing these at home, I do recommend you doing the cuts like after doing the cuts in sequence to get into the motion. Start doing them randomly so you can start to, so I find that helps you, one, be a bit more spontaneous, but two, start to associate a movement with a number and a movement that does a thing, rather than just like mining a series of motions, which is certainly a skill, but it's a very, very different skill to being a bit spontaneous. All right, so are there any questions? I will take that as a no.
I think Kirok might have a question. That's all right.
Oh.
Kirok, take your time. Yep, unmute if you want to ask the question. Hang on, wait a sec, Kirok, you're not unmuted. Hang on.
You are also welcome to type out questions and I will read them out.
How far left, right? Yeah. Right, should you swing right out?
I beg your pardon, sorry?
How far should the swings go outwards from one side to the other? Say 4 and 5, how far out?
So with 4 and 5, you want to, basically you want to, if you imagine kind of a death box between your shoulders and your hips, you don't want to let your hand drift out of this kind of area. So when I cut, my hand is at shoulder height. When I say cut and one, my hand is at shoulder height at the top, right hand side of the depth box, and it goes all the way down to the bottom left of the depth box and is level with my left hip. And that helps keep my sword, fairly in front of me. I don't want to be swinging through because now my sword's going to take more time to come back. And, I'm sure you can all see you can see very directly in front of me, there's my arm. If you had a sword, you could cut that off pretty quickly and easily. Whereas if I've got my sword in front of me, you don't have a direct line to me. You're going to have to either get control of my sword or come around my sword, both of which are a bit more difficult. Does that make sense?
I have one more thing. So on the Old Sword Club, if anyone's looking for a Moulinet diagram, there's one on the Old Sword Club website under documents and then under resources. So I've just put the link in the chat.
Oh, sweet, thank you. Excellent. Cool, so are there any other questions about this?